Hello and welcome to round 8 of the FIA Gran Turismo series from Fuji. I have signed up for McLaren for the 2020 season and I'll be using the 650S Group 4 car. So we have soft and medium tyres required for this race, and you will see me use both strategies as we have 2 race highlights. Fuel is not an issue to worry about in this race. So let's take a look at the qualifying results. And as you can see, the first 10 are covered by under 0.3 of a second. With 8 different make cars in this one, it could get messy. With the top 2 starting on the soft tyres, we have the Spanish and Dutch driver on the mediums. We will start on the medium tyres and take it from there. So let's get things underway. For those of you who don't know, I use a Thrustmaster T150 wheel, which I purchased from Argos for around £150. Coming down into turn 1, and we're trying to keep in the slipstream as it's vital, especially on this long straight. As you can see, I get very close to the cars ahead. We got away with that one and we carry on. The thing is, we don't get to see what our opponents are, like what tyres they have before the race starts, so it's kind of guessing whether they're on soft or mediums. So we survived the first few corners and it's about getting our tyres up to temperature and keeping them warm. I know it's only a game, but it does make a difference. Tyre wear could also play a part in this race. As we can see, there's some battling ahead. Moving forward a lap, the Russian is going to make a move on the Aston Martin. Now, yeah, he's got his elbows out, he's through, that's it. Now we need to seize on the opportunity while Timmy is vulnerable in that Aston Martin. Yeah, got him. I did try to close the door a little bit, but just give him a little bit of a love tap and that's it, we're away. I do class myself as an aggressive driver, but I also really like to have fair, clean racing. Don't mind a bit of bumper tapping here and there, but you know, nothing too out of the extreme. Moving on to lap 3, and up ahead there's some jostling going on, and I managed to squeeze just up the inside. So up to P5 now, and we're chasing the NSX ahead. Going into the left-hander, the Spanish driver runs wide, allowing me to get a good run on him. I do not like to overtake at this corner, but we have to take the chance on this occasion. We're taking an aggressive approach to the race. I run a little wide on the exit, but fair play to Mr. Spain for that clean and thoughtful bit of driving. P4 it is, and we still got the soft tyre to come. Let's see if we can get after P3. As we start the 6th lap, I've managed to catch the Frenchman in 3rd place, and to prove there's no love lost on GT Sport, me and the Frenchman test regularly in lobby practice sessions, and we get on quite well. On this occasion, he did not want to play ball though, so it cost us both a little bit of time, but that's all part of racing, which I don't mind. As we enter the end of the 6th lap, I could tell that the Frenchman was going to pit, so I decided to stay out and see whether I could make the overlap work. It was a tough call because I knew I was going to lose a lot of time down to the fresh tyres. As we come out the pits on the start of lap 8, as we can see, I haven't managed to make the overlap work on the Frenchman, but we've hardly lost any time. Now straight away he's gone defensive again, so I've gone down the outside and we've just about managed to make the move work. We would have lost a lot of time behind that Frenchman, so I'm really glad I got that move done. P3 now. Just 2 more to go for the win. 5 laps remaining. Let's see what we can do. As we rejoin towards the end of the lap, the Frenchman is showing his fighting spirit in full, as the Dutchman Timmy is giving him a right handful on his fresher tyres and the faster tyres. Timmy gets the move done, but in his excitement he runs a little wide. And guess what? The Frenchman's up the inside and in prime position to take 4th position. I tried to spread the slipstream because I've got a little gap ahead of me, but you know, so it was fair and to give the Frenchman a chance, and I knew how hard he was going to battle, I wanted to keep that Aston right behind him. Start of lap 10 and we're now chasing the Brit, Vulcan Spirit. Now the Vulcan is in the Mustang, and I know that's quick in a straight line, so we've got to be careful with this one. I do know Vulcan though, and he's a very fair driver, so I'm not expecting no shenanigans like the Frenchman, but it's towards the end of the race and I expect him to be defending his position very hard. But if he knows what's best, he might let me go and try and follow me to catch a leader, and he might be able to get some scraps by the end of that. But let's see. Oh, he's run a little bit wide there, and that's given me the opportunity. But as I said, that Mustang is powerful in the straight line, so we tuck back in, and I'm faced with this opportunity again where do I, don't I, do I, don't I, and I managed to pull it off this time. Vulcan run a little bit wide. No harm done though, and me and Vulcan can get on with the race. So, a few seconds to the leader, just over 3 laps remaining. Let's see whether we can get him. Another Frenchman. Ooh. We fast forward once again, and this time I'm attacking the leader on the final lap. He goes really defensive to the inside. It's to be expected from the Frenchman really. He's fighting for the lead, he's led all race, and BooBoo's come up and challenged him. Now, I was expecting him to crack under pressure. He goes defensive, so I decide to squeeze him. I like to do this because it forces the driver offline and gets him out of his comfort zone. Okay, we didn't pull the move off this time. Putting the French driver under pressure like that will certainly make him feel uncomfortable for the rest of this final lap, and it might force him into another mistake. I mean, already he's going really defensive into that corner. He's really afraid of what BooBoo's going to do to him. So, as we come down the back straight, I'm faced with this other opportunity. Another good run. Do I, don't I? He's gone defensive. I try to trick him, and it was a close call, but we managed to both come off unscathed. I probably got overexcited and tried to take the chance too early. I should have waited for this section of the track to make my move, but got a bit greedy. Lesson to be learned, and fair play to the Frenchman. A well-deserved victory for the Frenchman, and a very happy BooBoo with second place. P7 to P2, good result, I'm happy with that. We will be back after this with race 2. Hello and welcome back for race 2. This time I'm going to bring you coverage of the qualifying session. Qualifying round here, a lot of people are looking for slipstream, and I don't blame them because you can gain up to half a second, but at the same time it can be risky. So we're going to start our lap with no slipstream. Coming up to the end of the lap, and we've made a few little mistakes, but we're on for a good lap. Can we get pole? Yes, pole. So here are the qualifying results for that session. And just 4.5 tenths cover the top 11 in this qualifying session. Oh look, and only half a tenth covers the top 3. So we should be in for an exciting race. Could be a tight one. Here's a list of drivers. Here we are for the start of race 2, and I've decided to start on the soft tyre. Coming to the end of the first lap, and as you can see, got it sideways a little bit coming out of that corner, but me and the Porsche kind of broke a little gap away, and I can see that the third person's got a penalty. So as long as me and the Porsche can work together, we should be on for a 1-2 either way round here. I'm assuming the Porsche is on the softs, and I'm not sure what's going on behind that, so we'll skip it further on because this is a different kind of race than what we've seen before. We are coming to the end of the second lap, and not much is going on in this race. We are running a consistent pace at the front, but Ivan has decided to come on a charge and join himself in the battle of three at the front. So I'm going to skip to lap 5 because I made a hasty decision because they're still in my slipstream, so I wanted to break that. So I made an early pit stop, banged on the soft tyres and let them fight out and run their own pace for a lap. I was hoping that I'll come out in fresh air, be on the clean tyre, make a second or so, and be able to get out in front of them and with enough advantage that they haven't got my slipstream. If so, this was a race decider, although if I made many mistakes I could face severe pressure towards the end of the race on the weaker tyre. We was lucky to come out of the pits ahead of that battle behind us. A couple of seconds the other way and we could have been in serious trouble and our race victory in jeopardy. So we have to bear that in mind for next time to be sure of where we're coming out to make sure we're in clean air. So as we can see, these two in front peel off to make their pit stop. It's given me a nice slipstream down the straight. I'm now excited to see what my profit is at the end of this straight. When we get there, I can't see anyone. I get all over excited, miss my braking point, but we managed to stay on the track. I lost at least half a second there, so it made me a bit nervous in my own ability because I cracked under the pressure a little bit, but we still managed to break that slipstream. So, can the Italian, the Spanish and the Croatian do anything about me now? Let's see. Not much action happened in this race, but we led from start to finish. We controlled the pace, we made a good strategic decision in making the early pit stop, and that gave us the break of the slipstream and less hassle later in the race. So yeah, a really good victory, happy, a few more points than coming second in the previous race. Thank you for watching BooBoo-Racing.